Good afternoon and welcome. I'm happy to be joined this afternoon by the chair of the Environment Committee, Councilmember David Alvarez, to talk about two important topics being discussed by the Environment Committee today. First, water conservation, and second, PACE, which is the Property Assessed Clean Energy Program. Also with us this afternoon is the Public Utilities Director, Alvarez, Environmental Services Director, Chris Gonover, and Transportation and Stormwater Deputy Director, Chris McFadden. And Dave Weil, Dave, come on up. Don't be shy. You're a part of the team too. Dave Weil, who's our Deputy Director for Energy, Sustainability, and Environmental Protection. Water conservation is very important and a familiar topic to San Diegans. I need to thank all of you for your successful efforts over the past several years to save water. And I need to ask you to continue your conservation and even challenge you to ramp it up given the significant water supply challenges facing our state. 2013 was a record dry year in California. And the third consecutive dry year. That caused Governor Brown to declare a drought state of emergency, as you all know. And as it stands, the situations in Northern and Central California are worse than ours. Our water supply is stable in 2014, largely due to the local conservation efforts of San Diegans, public outreach, and investment in water supply reliability. I want to put this in some context for you, if I may. You may remember that the city implemented mandatory water use restrictions from 2009 to 2011. During that time, San Diegans stepped up and reduced consumption by 19%, and that's incredible. Since then, San Diegans have continued to embrace conservation as a way of life voluntarily, and your mayor thanks you for that. Overall, citywide water consumption is at the same level that it was back in 1984. To put that in some context, I was in elementary school at that time. Despite the fact that our population has grown by more than 1 million people. And this chart over here illustrates that. All right, Dave, now you don't need to stand there. I'm totally kidding. Yeah, be sure that gets on the news tonight, guys. All right. While these statistics are certainly something we can all be proud of, and we can and must do more. We live in a beautiful city, but it's one with a dry climate, and we need to accept conservation as a permanent way of life. It's also important to remember that conservation helps us to protect our oceans by avoiding runoff into the storm drain system. Every drop that we conserve is another drop that will not allow pollution to get into our storm drains. And that's why we're here today announcing the resurrection of the City of San Diego's Water Consumption Report Card. During the last drought in 2009, when mandatory use restrictions were put in place, citizens were given regular updates on how much consumption has been reduced citywide and by customer groups. We will be updating that report card on a regular basis to give near real-time status of conservation efforts. We have another graphic to sort of illustrate that reduction. So how can you help reduce water use yourself? Here are a few solutions. First, start within your home. Check for leaks and consider the possibility of replacing non-efficient appliances and fixtures with rebates from SoCal Water Smart. Also, the city offers free water surveys for residential and commercial properties where a city representative will visit your home or business and, again, at no cost, recommend ways that you can save water inside and outside of your property. After you've looked inside, look outside, and if you have a yard, set your sprinklers appropriately and check regularly for broken sprinkler heads and other problems. Be sure to install efficient water irrigation systems and controllers and try and only water about 2 to 3 times a week. Rebates are also available for the installation of rain barrels to store water when it actually does rain, and use that water for irrigation. For other ideas and other programs that might be available to you, I'd recommend you check out wastenowater.org, www.wastenowater.org. And so while we do not currently anticipate water use restrictions for 2014, we are heeding the governor's call for a water-wise lifestyle. We've demonstrated that San Diegans that are more informed are capable of succeeding in doing this, and I ask for your continued commitment today for conservation. We'll be back in a few months to show you how far we have progressed in our conservation efforts, and I know that my San Diegans will not let me down. Now I want to introduce Councilmember Alvarez for a few comments. We want to expedite his time because he has to go chair the meeting where we're going to get some business done. David?
Thank you. Thank you, Chair and our Mayor, and thank you for being here. Obviously, we've done a lot of good and the right things here in San Diego. Citizens should be proud, and our mayor has really shown, a lot of leadership on this, and we should be thankful for that as well. The work that we've done this year And a very dry year is right on target, as you've seen by the graphs. And I'm proud to be a partner with our interim mayor, with our staff, to be doing this work to make sure that we're always vigilant and always guarding to do the right thing. Now, there's also a very other important item at the committee today that has some relationship with this, and this is the expansion of the Property Assessed Clean Energy Programs, or PACE programs. I'd like to recognize Mayor Gloria's work on this as well, to help bring this item to the committee today so that we can discuss it. As well as the work done by the ESD department, and in particular, Director Chris Gonover. Chris, thank you very much for your work, and Deputy Director Dave Wheel, also thank you so much. Over the past few years, I've been proud to lead on this issue on establishing PACE programs here in the city of San Diego. These programs allow property owners to finance energy efficiency, renewable energy projects, and water conservation projects through a special assessment on their property and their property taxes. Often people focus on the renewable energy aspect of the program, which we all know is very important. But it is important to note, as we talk about water today, that this program also offers water conservation upgrades and benefits. Upgrades such as installing gray water systems, which the council just last year pushed forward some regulatory relief on that. Fixing major leaks, installing drip irrigation systems that can save significant amounts of water in the future, both on commercial, business, and residential properties. I know that any program that we can offer to encourage people to conserve more water is something we're going to get behind and support. We have a few PACE program options available right now, but we can do more, and I'm excited that we're moving forward on a couple of those options for consumers today. Right now, the program that San Diego has is limited to commercial properties and residential properties that have no mortgage liens. Today, the City Council Committee on the Environment, which I chair, will discuss an expansion of this program to make it easier for other people to participate. These additional options will help keep San Diego on a pathway to becoming more green and a sustainable city. We will recommend that the city enter into an agreement with Y Green Energy Fund to form and run a community facilities district that will allow property owners to access loans and upgrade their properties on an opt-in basis. We will also recommend that the city participate in the California HERO program under the existing joint powers agreement that has been successful in western Riverside County. Finally, we will recommend that the council pass a resolution allowing the California Enterprise Authority to offer these programs to homeowners and to residential property owners here in the city of San Diego. Taking these steps will help open up PACE financing to many more people than have available today, including additional commercial properties as well as homeowners who have a mortgage. This way, property owners can find the best fit for them and the needs of their own property. Having these various options available is critical as we move forward to a sustainable city with an eye towards the future on being the renewable energy capital of the world. Thank you very much to our interim mayor, Gloria, for allowing us to bring this to the committee today. Look forward to having you there for the discussion. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Thank you, David. And if you need to, when you need to run,
Yes.
I've chaired many a committee. I know you need to go when you need to go. I do want to have one more speaker, which is our Public Utilities Director, Alvarez. Hala can speak to the water conservation message, but I really need your help in getting that message out today. So, Hala, would you give us a few words?
Absolutely. I would like to personally thank Interim Mayor Gloria and Councilmember Alvarez for their ongoing commitment and hard work and leadership on the conservation effort. We as a department have been working really hard sending you the message of conservation and the importance of conserving water. But I also wanted to let you know that as a department, we've been working really hard along with our partners in the region to improve our water supply situation. I'm happy to report that compared to 2009, last time we had a drought, we are in much better shape. We have 2.5 times as much storage locally than we did back then, and we also have doubled the amount of water that we're getting from the Colorado River, which is an independent water supply. But honestly, no matter how our situation is better, we need your strong commitment for conservation. So we've gone out in front of you with a conservation message. We will be going out and continue to go out with more messages. Please keep an eye for new tips to try and reduce your water use, as well as make sure that watch out for the report card that Interim Mayor Gloria mentioned to show how well we continue to do on conservation. Thank you.
Thank you, Hala. Now, so myself, Councilmember Alvarez, well, it was, you'll see him upstairs if you want to see the real action. But Chris, Dave, Hala, and myself are here to answer any questions you might have. Anybody? You guys are so easy. That's good. I know you're going to take this message out. I appreciate it. And I also want to thank Nicole Capritz from my team for helping work to get that PACE item up at Council. This is part of our overall plan to make us the most sustainable community in the world. And I think we can do it because of Nicole and this great team right here. So thank you guys for being here today.